How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make modern trance drums from scratch. We're going to be looking at the style of drums that DJ Heartstring, Test Press and all that sort of lot use. Let's get straight into it. Great, so normally I don't produce in headphones. I actually use KRK Rocket 6s. I just way prefer the sort of producing, mixing. I just prefer making music on speakers rather than headphones. The best mix I've ever done were actually on like Bose QC35 headphones, if you know what they are, like the Bose Quiet Comfort ones. So yeah, basically the point I was making was hopefully the mix of these drums isn't too bad, but yeah, I normally don't mix on headphones or produce on headphones. I usually use the speakers. Anyway, I've gone off on a bit of a tangent. I don't know why I'm now talking about headphones. Let's continue. Let's make the drums from scratch. Great, so the drums that I'm using today, kicks, claps, the loops, all of it, these are the Euro Trance Drums. So this is the Euro Trance Volume 1 pack. You can get that from the link in the description. The pack's got over 400 loops, one-shots and effects for making Euro Trance like DJ Daily Trance, Test Press, and of course DJ Heartstring. So yeah, these are what I'm going to be using for the one shots. I always start with the drums with the kick, so I'm going to have a look through and see what kick we're going to use today. Just go for 20. I mean, they're all usable. We can always change it and swap it out later. So when I'm making drums, I always use MIDI, and this way, yeah, as I said, you can change and swap out the drums later in different projects and stuff like this, which I'm always doing just to save time. So yeah, the kick. Let's change the BPM up here, 145, let's do it. Label it, keep it nice and clean for you guys. So that's the kick. Next we move on to the clap. The exact same MIDI, apart from on every beat, you take off the first beat, so it's just on every off beat. Then let's add a clap. Sounds good enough. You can always layer it with another clap. I really like to layer my drums. Let's just duplicate that. So that's our first clap. So let's find one that's a little bit different. Sounds good. Let's now add a hat. Again, I'm just going to grab the MIDI from the kick because it saves time. And then just dragging that along. So it's on the offbeat. Also, we're going to be layering this probably quite a lot. So then let's go to hats. Open hat. Maybe that. Duplicate that. You can spend as much time as you want picking the right sounds, but until you sort of like got them all in, you're not really going to know if they sound right together. Let me just loop this. So that's a nice little bass. Nice and snappy. Time with a bit more sort of length on it. Maybe make it a bit shorter if we lower the sustain and bring up the decay. Maybe keep that, maybe we'll change it. Now we need to spice it up with a bit of sort of percussion, like shakers. That's probably the most important thing for making your drums sound good. So I feel like a lot of like people who are new to making drums, they put this in and then they wonder why their tracks like sound like shit and have no energy. The energy of a track, I'd say personally, comes from like a shaker loop or like a closed loop. So let's start with a closed loop. Closed. I mean, sometimes I start with the shaker, it's sort of up to you. So closed. This is like a hi-hat. Go for this. And then we want that to hit on like every beat, I think. Or every quarter beat like this. And let's spice it up. So I'm just changing the velocity so it changes the volume. So that way it's going up and down in volume. We could even get rid of that first note. Even maybe increase the volume so it ducks on the second, so sort of reverse of that. And then let's sidechain it, go kickstart, or for the people who haven't got it, let's just use a normal compressor. Compressor, dynamics, compressor. Click that, sidechain to the kick. But yeah, that's how you do it. That way you can obviously dial that in. But I like to use Kickstart, which is this plugin. So you sidechain it to the kick, and then the length of the kick comes up on here. So you can dial it in how you want. Anyway, that'd probably be enough. Great, so now we've got the closed hat. Let's add a shaker. It's best to just use loops, to be honest, guys. I made these using some like plugin. I really don't know what the plugin's called, to be honest. It's like called like shaker loop plugin or some shit. It's pretty good, but it's quite expensive. I think it costs like 100 quid for the plugin, and all it does is make shaker loops. So you're best just using loops. If you go on like Splice or like My Packs or whatever, then you'll find some decent shaker loops. All of mine also have sort of like hi-hats in. Because they've been like processed and stuff, it makes it just like have more oomph in your track. There's also, these bottom ones have no hat. So it's just pure shaker. But I actually do prefer the ones that have a bit of a thing in them. So I'm just going through and listening to the different ones. That sounds pretty good. So make sure it's on beats mode. I'm also going to extract the groove. So if you right click it and click extract groove, it just sort of takes the groove. So when I say groove, these sort of have swing in them, so they're not exactly on the beat. If they're exactly on the beat, they look something like this. But as you can see, they're slightly off because it's got a bit of swing, which is sort of like rhythm. I'm then going to apply that same swing onto the closed. So go here, I've clicked on the close, the MIDI, and applied that. You can also apply it to the hats, the claps. Don't apply it to the kick. Basically everything but the kick, because it's swinging to the kick, if that makes sense. So all the drums are moving around the kick. I don't always do the claps. So yeah, I've taken it off the hats, because sometimes I just feel like it feels better. But I also feel like it's a psychological thing, because I feel like you can't really hear it that much. But I'm saying no swing in the hats. So yeah, these are unswung. These are swung. But yeah, this got loads of shakers in the pack, so you can have something like this. So you want to turn it down. It's probably a good idea as well to side chain it to get that same side chain you've got on the closed and put it on the shaker. Might want to put up more. So maybe I actually prefer that. Let's come back and change that later. So let's just duplicate that. See, when you're making the drums, maybe you'll put other stuff in and actually prefer it. So yeah, I'm just gonna like change it later. So what you can do, like when you actually got the song, test which one sounds best with like the vocal, with like the bass and stuff like that. So if you just keep both, obviously you don't want to keep too many of them because it gets a little bit messy. But yeah, it's good to have options. So obviously this shaker is different to this shaker. You also want to make sure then you take the groove off that closed loop. Great, so once you've got that, let's add some percussion. So just a side note, if you can't be asked to be making drums from scratch, I normally don't. I usually just use loops. So yeah, this pack's got like loads of full loops. So if you have a look, some top loops. So I normally just, when I start a project, just grab these loops. I've also got the full stem. So if I like this remember one, I just go to full stems, remember, and then you just drag them all in, and it saves you the sort of 15 minutes to actually making the drums from scratch. Look, and then you just got some fucking sweet drums already in your project. So we've got the shaker. Now let's add some percussion. Perk. Let's have a look at the perks. I mean, that's pretty cool. So let's just add that. We can always change it again if we use the MIDI. So insert MIDI. Yeah, so on this first little sort of offbeat, let's add a little bit of reverb. I hate that they're in folders. Back in my day, Ableton 10, you didn't have these shitty folders. Ableton 12 was even worse. I've actually got Ableton 12, but I just don't use it because I hate the folders. The way they've done it is just ridiculously shit. There wasn't reverb and resonance. It would just come up as a whole thing. There's no need for these little sub sections. Like, it's just pointless. Yeah, so that one sounds alright. Let's try with some different ones. See, that sounds alright, but I'm still not happy with it. Do something a little bit different. Let's go and get a drum bus, so drum rack, and let's go to the perks, and let's drag them all into this drum rack. And then if we go to the MIDI, and look, we've got all of them, so I mean, now I'm under pressure with the video, it's probably going to make something shit, but let's sort of speed run it. I mean, to be honest, I'm not exactly happy with that, but it's gonna have to do. From that, you've pretty much got the stems for any sort of drums. You can obviously go through and change the different claps and shit like this. So yeah, just obviously change the claps. That's just, because people always say let's add a little bit of mixing and mastering. So what I'd probably do at this point is obviously make the rest of the project. Hard to hear how shit they are because I've got my headphones rather than the monitors. But yeah, what I'd normally do at this point is group these drums, solo them, maybe add the shaker. So what I'm gonna do is quantize this, so this is all the same, and I'm gonna steal the groove from this, extract groove. Then let's add that onto this, so 27. So now that's got the same groove. Let's add that onto the closed, so 27. Maybe add an EQ. Onto our perk layer. Maybe just leave it as is. Maybe add some delay. I just feel like it's a little bit raw, but maybe when you've got the bass and stuff like that, it will sound much better. Yeah, so then I'd probably just add like a drum bus, a bit of a cheat code, and maybe isn't the best for your drums, but I think it sounds pretty good, and I'm often using it. This brings out them out in the mix, makes them a bit louder. Also, take the trim down. I find the compression setting a little bit harsh. Take the dry wet down. Hats are a little bit high. I think the hat's a little bit high in this just because I've got so many other hat layers. So I'm just going to go through and turn them down a bit. So if you highlight them, if you grab them like this, you can sort of turn them down. So -3. Doesn't have to be exact. Cool. And then you can just duplicate that. The other way of doing it would just be sort of using EQ to take out some of that. It's hard to mix drums unless you've got the rest of the project, so you don't really know the other volumes. It's also nice sometimes to add a bit of a reverb. A really good one is Drum Reverb Room, Drums Room. This one is really good. You need to add this onto the send. Delete the one that's on there. Make sure it's 100% dry wet, and then you control it with this. Don't overdo it. Quite subtle, but it's definitely there. The set sort of like puts them in the back of the mix a little bit. Then we can do some panning, so we could pan this hat left, pan this one right. Maybe not, maybe try it with the claps. So it only works if they're quite similar, so that doesn't really work. What we could do then is auto pan, chuck it up like this, and then maybe make it a little bit slower. This is on the closed, by the way. A bit faster. This way, sort of going left to right, making it a bit more stereo. You could also do the same to the shaker. That way it's going around your headphones. Maybe not on the shaker. Let's try it on the perk. It's too fast to slow it down. But yeah, this isn't really a mixing and mastering tutorial. This is just a how to make your drums from scratch. Mixing and mastering, I don't know, I'm not that guy. And if I was, I'd be doing lots of mixing and mastering tutorials, but yeah, I'm not that guy. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. I will see you next time. Cheers.